California Governor Gavin Newsom is now calling his city's homeless encampments unacceptable, which is odd since he's the guy who, made them acceptable, turning sidewalks into red carpet events for drug addicts, thieves, and unemployed CNN anchors. On Monday, he urged cities to ban the camps from sidewalks, parks, and other public areas. So after years of denying the problem, he's now pretending to fix it, which is like putting on a condom as you're leaving a whorehouse.
Hello everyone. Have you ever encountered someone who has the appearance of a glossy magazine cover yet acts like a disaster movie cutout? California's own political Ken doll is Gavin Newsom. An impeccable grin, flawless hair, and a state that falls apart more quickly than a vegan souffle at a Texas barbecue.
Why do I keep bringing up Gavin? Well, other than my respect for his work in American Psycho, he's starting to distance himself from his party's worst ideas. Newsom, a guy who hates fossil fuels but could still bring down the price of gas by wringing out his hair, once proclaimed that his state would be a sanctuary to all who seek it. Then people actually came.
Greg Gutfeld, who's known for his sharp tongue, took a direct aim at the California governor.
So Newsom is fed up with tent cities, the crime, the urban decay? No, he's not mad about that stuff. He's mad you noticed. It's like a criminal telling a jury he's sorry he robbed 25 banks when he's just sorry he got caught on the 26th. Because this isn't some spontaneous crisis. It's a man-made disaster like Chernobyl or Fox and Friends. And
here comes Greg Gutfeld with enough receipts to make the IRS sweat, along with sarcasm and snark. In addition to criticizing Newsom, he physically assaulted him the following week.
Problem is his track record, his performance as mayor, as lieutenant governor, and governor. And your analogies are great. I think mine are better. And just hold on. And here's why. He shows up at the fires and says, who the hell caused this? I'm going to crack down on the people responsible. He sees the homeless encampments blocking the sidewalks and said, you guys clean that up. He started it. He spent $3 billion to fix it. And his opening words in 2020 when he got the job is a disgrace. The richest state in the country and the richest nation of the world has a homeless problem. I will fix it. He spends $1 billion. When it's not fixed, he blames the mayors, and he also forced the movie industry and Silicon Valley out of the best state in the country by high taxes. I've never seen someone such a bad performance, but yet I think he's the front runner to get the nomination for the Democratic Party.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. They got nobody else. Sherrod, welcome back.
It's kind of like a...
You are familiar with California, the state known for its sun, surf, and self-satisfaction. Gutfeld, however, sliced through the glitter like a chainsaw through avocado toast, revealing the rusty underbelly of the Golden State. Crime waves, homeless tent camps, and political gaslighting so pervasive it ought to be marked with a warning sign.
You conflate order with authoritarianism, you get chaos and destruction. So if restoring order is evil, then the Dems are now the party of disorder. Turns out the only system they had was wokeism, and it rotted any basic principles the party had to begin with. Which is why, like Gavin himself, they're left looking at 2028's hopes going up in flames. And this time, no one is going to help them
Think of a Ferrari without an engine. That's California under Newsom. It appears shiny, but when you press the pedal, nothing happens. The governor's Jekyll and Hyde routine is called out by Gutfeld. Deny the situation on Monday and make a virtue signal about resolving it by Tuesday. Well done, Governor Broadway.
Californians used to sell maps of celebrity homes, not landmines. Now, instead of sightseeing, tourists play hopscotch so their shoes don't get hepatitis. And when residents complain, they're called cruel. And now we're supposed to believe Gavin? Hell no. All the problems of the last decade were based on his and his party's life.
Are you yet frustrated? Excellent. Gutfeld's roast was more than just a comedy. It was also a laugh track and demolition. He chastised the Democratic leadership as a whole for constructing Potemkin villages while the foundation is collapsing, in addition to roasting Newsom. Hit the subscribe button if you enjoy your politics hot, funny, and uncensored. You won't want to miss this roast reel, I promise.
What do you think about Gavin Newsom? What's going on there?
I don't know. I don't know how they bump out Kamala out of put a white male in there and take her out. She's got too much of an ego to just step aside. She's going to go crazy if they try to do that.
Plus, she had a strong 2% support, so
Yeah.
don't forget that.
Yeah, but she's waiting for that spot to just open for her, and then you put a white male in there.
Yeah.
There's no, I don't know how they're going to. I mean, they did it to Bernie. They threw him under the bus two, presidential ones in a row. They just gave him a couple extra houses in Vermont. Oh yeah, you got some extra money. But I don't know how they could do it with her.
It'd be great if they threw her under the bus because she really likes buses. Remember?
This wasn't a civil panel debate. Gutfeld went all out, revealing the nightmare hidden beneath Newsom's utopian public relations. Not only is California having difficulties, it is collapsing. Gutfeld vividly described sidewalks crowded with tents, an increase in crime, and policies so apathetic that they might be eligible for witness protection.
Then came the national polling by overwhelming majorities. It turns out Americans don't favor minors transitioning. So last week, when a California law was proposed that judges in custody cases favor the parent who supports transitioning a child's new gender, Newsom killed that law quicker than a late-term abortion. Yeah, I know, huh? Now the left, being the left, was outraged, but they missed something. Because now Newsom says he only vetoed it since it's already the law.
The dream used to be California. It is now a warning story. The word urban decay is not abstract. For locals, it is a daily nightmare as they avoid car burglaries and pavement deterioration. Gutfeld compared it to a slow-motion demolition that was orchestrated by the government.
Tough questions.
Any other questions here?
Yes, Governor. California has a terrible homeless problem. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I appreciate that question. And I think it's a matter of perspective. Let's kind of flip the script on that, okay? Let's kind of put a new lens on that. I mean, you see a homeless man, I see an outdoorsman. We got a lot of natural habitat in this state, and I'm just so proud that so many people in California can take advantage of that. All right, next question.
The big event, Newsom's Oscar-caliber performances, came next. Gutfeld made fun of the governor's propensity to give upbeat speeches while squatting. One hand signals malfunction, while the other waves to the cameras.
Gavin ponders why Dems lost.
We lost the popular vote and we lost the electoral vote. We got crushed. And we need to be humble about that, and we need to have some grace, and we need to understand why. Was it because of the incumbency penalty? Was it because of inflation? Was it because of interest rates? Was it because of immigration? Was it because we were too, quote unquote, woke? Was it because of issues with Israel? Was it all of the above? I think we are going through that forensic. We need to understand at the same time, we also have to push back against the whitewaters and headwinds of the Trump.
Everything that moves, as well as certain items that don't, is subject to taxes in California. Gutfeld ripped into the economic madness. Exorbitant sales and property taxes for what? Broken infrastructure and a Texas ticket. Families are escaping like it's a statewide fire drill, which makes sense. Climate change. Just when you thought it could get any more hypocritical. Despite his love of the podium, Newsom is too preoccupied in posing in the ashes of wildfires to question why the trees were not properly managed. Policies for pandemics. The French Laundry incident, in which Newsom ate without a mask while Californians were kept under check more tightly than a Hollywood script leak, should not be forgotten. Instead of merely pointing out the hypocrisy, Gutfeld brought it to the public's attention and fed it to them. Fundamentally, Gutfeld dismantled the delusion, stating that Newsom's California is a warning rather than a model. A deteriorating reality encased in a polished story. Real people suffer as Newsom refines the narrative. The satire of Gutfeld. It's a gut check, not simply a joke. So, are we actually looking inside the box, or are we just purchasing the attractive package? Are we congratulating the lighting staff or the leadership? Gutfeld's takedown was more than just amusement. It was a warning sign. Because California will be more than simply a warning if this facade persists unchallenged. It will be a prequel. Which aspect of the comment section struck you the most? The French Laundry, the crime, the hypocrisy. Let's get started.